Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am a bit early, but this is a very special day. We will be watching the Antares mission, the last Antares mission for Northrop Grumman. And we're from a different launch facility. We're going to be in all of so this will be a little bit different than we're used to watching rockets fly out of the Cape, but should be interesting. The Cygnus, which is that top of the spacecraft, right below this flag, you can see a cutoff line. The Cygnus spacecraft is also a Northrop program, and we'll mute that for a second. Also a Northrop product, and they will be going on the SpaceX Falcon 9 coming up, and the Cygnus will be on its third different rocket. It's nothing if not versatile. It's actually a good second stage. Their first stage, the Antares is shit, and that's why it's being retired. The second stage with the Cygnus was a pretty damn reliable second stage. So they're going to retrofit it to fit on a Falcon 9. Direct competitors taking each other's shit up. Sounds cool, but also interesting. So that's why I'm going live early. Let's say hello to everybody, and we'll get right moving on. Dog Mama, hello. I'm early because there's a rocket launch. Hey, Shenny. Hello, Barb. And that looks like it for now because I'm fucking early. So everybody will show up in 10 minutes and miss the rocket launch. But anyways, we'll listen in. I don't know a shit ton about the Antares, and I don't feel like listening or learning because this is its last flight, its 17th and final flight. So hopefully NASA will have something to put on. So, hey,
FTLU and STS receiver indications are nominal.
Like I said, rocket launch. We don't get to pick with them. So those are the hold downs. Actually, that's an interesting view. So that's a hold down for the rocket, and a lot of times they'll have explosive bolts, and they'll actually blow the hold clamp away from it. So, I again don't know exactly how this one is set up, but it looks like we have another hold clamp here.
Launch, the team's reporting that the range is green. Antares makes a southeastern track down the eastern seaboard and across the Atlantic. If you're on the East Coast, there are maps that allow for certain visibility of Antares.
So they're going right down the coast.
You may get a good view, though we are hearing it is a bit hazy on the upper altitudes, so there might be some cloud coverage that prevent sightings, but for those that are close to the Mid-Atlantic Regional Spaceport over on Wallops Island, there may be some sightings to the first leg of ascent. 3 minutes, 15 seconds and counting.
So I've been in the Wallops area. It's not terribly impressive, but yeah, you know.
Copy that. Check 437. Elect 1 to LC.
I don't even know what fuel they use. I apologize. I'm a shit commentary for this one, but like I said, I didn't really want to.
And currents are nominal. Copy that. Check
the rocket that's gone.
439 and GNC1 verify ready for nav mode.
LC GNC1 ready for nav.
Copy that. Ops 2 switch to nav.
Ops 2 to nav.
Switched to nav. Check 441.
So we're starting to get some call outs for the rocket itself. Everything looks good. Weather looks good.
LC CGM21,
so-
nav mode verified.
We shouldn't have
Copy that.
a.
We'll check 442, and we're at T-minus 2 minutes and counting. T-minus 1 minute, 30 seconds.
So T-minus 90 seconds. So we're coming up on the launch. Everything still looks good. We're stopping that top vent, which will be an oxygen vent. I know that much at least. Where are we going to take this after? We're going to close the cameras. I'm going to do a camera teardown. We'll probably talk about some of the news coming up, and that's kind of the direction we'll head.
T-minus 1 minute. T-minus 30 seconds.
Hey, Mads.
T-minus 10. 5, 4, 3, 2,
1. Liftoff. Go ahead, Tari.
Lift off the Antares Engineering launch tube from the facility.
Antares taking Northrop Grumman's commercial resupply mission 19 into orbit to the International Space Station.
Damn, that's a powerful rocket.
Flight controllers reporting a nominal ascent for Antares.
Attitude nominal.
Pressurization is nominal. Remain at 100% thrust, steady.
Everything looks like it's looking good.
Stage 1 TBC is nominal.
Attitude nominal.
Vehicle attitude remains nominal. Power is nominal.
Vehicle passing through max Q.
Vehicle now passing through max Q.
Max Q is the maximum dynamic pressure experienced on Antares.
Remains nominal.
I have kind of a terrible tracking cam, but
Core pressurization valves are nominal. Engines remain nominal and steady. LCA, your go. Godspeed, Antares.
it does look like a
Thank you,
star.
LCA. Halfway through the burn. 100 seconds to MECO. Passing to 30,000 feet.
Attitude nominal.
Attitude remains nominal. Engine remains
It's quick.
nominal. Steady at
It's only a
100%.
couple minutes up there. They absolutely do. Yes.
Passing through 5,000 feet per second.
And they have better
Pressurization
telemetry
remains
and all
nominal.
that kind of shit, too.
Power's nominal. TVC remains nominal. Engines remain nominal. Electrical power is nominal. Core position is nominal. We're approximately 40 seconds from MECO. Slow throttle down has begun.
Attitude nominal.
TVC preset down slew has started. Attitude remains nominal.
3 minutes into the flight of Antares. We got about 15 seconds until main engine cutoff.
Rapid throttle down. Steady 55% thrust. And we have main engine cutoff.
Miko?
Ellis is taking care of business.
NASA is 100% archaic. Like, look at their
We have stage separation.
simulations. Like,
Switching to animation with confirmed stage
Animation,
separation
that's
as
what I
we
meant.
lose Antares into the clouds on this hazy
It's-
evening.
Enabled.
it's terrible.
ACS is enabled.
Stage 2 ignition time expected at mission time 2:46.
Stage 1 ignition expected in approximately stage 2 ignition expected in approximately 10 seconds.
Holy
Bearing
shit.
separated.
God, that's such
Antares
terrible
currently
animation.
in a coast phase.
Stage 2 ignition and TVC battery is nominal.
Second stage solid rocket motor has ignited.
NASA has leadership that won't
Stay on
allow
burn
it
for
to
2
be
minutes and
modernized
44 seconds.
at all.
The Caster 30XL
Trust
will
me.
burn for approximately 2.5 minutes.
It's a 2.5 minute burn on the Cygnus spacecraft. So
Power remains nominal.
everything still looks nominal on this lovely animation
Stage 2 TVC is
made in Windows 98 with
Flight
MS
controllers
Paint.
reporting good performance on the second stage.
Oh, you said it right there. What's up, Jacob?
Power remains nominal. TVC remains nominal in stage 2.
God, that's a horrible animation. The brightest minds in the world brought you this.
Power's nominal. We are approximately 100 seconds from stage 2 burnout.
Attitude still nominal.
Attitude
What the
remains
hell is
nominal.
this thing?
TVC is performing nominally.
I take it it's like an RCS or a cold gas thruster, but that's a terrible
Power remains
animation.
nominal.
Your RCS shouldn't go that way anyways. It would go directly out.
Stage 2 TVC remains nominal.
Okay, so this just
Power.
turned into a make fun of NASA stream, but oh, look at their they can't even put it into a good
TVC remains nominal.
user interface.
56
Like, here's the
TVC
telemetry
burnout.
data, and they're just charts. Like, that's weird. In today's.
TVC, electrical power remain nominal.
Don't demean clip art like that. Clip art's so much better than this.
TVC and power remain nominal. We're beginning to see tail off in motor pressure, and we have stage 2 burnout.
Okay, stage 2 burnout. So it is
6 minutes, 55 seconds into the flight. The second stage solid rocket motor has burned out.
ACS enabled.
ACS payload enabled.
I don't
Now
even know what the
entering about
payload is. I'm
approximately
not
a
even gonna
2-minute coast phase.
I'm not even gonna joke around. Like, I have no idea.
Prior to payload separation.
Our apogee is about 300 kilometers, so that is a high orbital inclination. We have stopped with our first burn. Orb nav velocity 7.54 kilometers per second. So I wonder if they're trying to single fire this. I'm not going to get into that, but
7 minutes, 45 seconds into the flight of Antares. After spacecraft separation, it will take approximately 2 hours 30 minutes until the solar arrays are unfurled to start collecting power for the Cygnus vehicle.
Yeah, NASA is
Shortly after
voluntarily way
separation,
behind.
we'll have a representative from the International Space Station program online to provide some comments on the flight
That's
of
what they're doing.
Antares and some comments on Cygnus's journey to the International Space Station.
Did you meet a
have our coverage
trucker?
shortly after orbital insertion, but please stay tuned
What's up,
for
man, bud?
updates online on the solar array unfurl.
Man Bun's having sex with truckers at rest stops.
Spacecraft separation is coming up on 30
Absolutely.
seconds.
I mean, there are dozens of games that would be better graphically than this.
Separation.
Just extract some of the elements. If they even fucking used what is it called?
And we have payload separation.
Unreal Engine, which is a free download. It's free.
And the flight
Use it.
control teams confirm the visuals you're seeing here on the animation.
I don't know. You
Cygnus
ask her.
has separated from the Antares second stage, flying free and beginning its journey to the International Space Station.
Well, that's different. You're not.
All right, launch team.
I don't think you're a
on,
rocket
Countdown
scientist.
Net.
That's
We're going to go ahead and proceed with our post-launch
holy shit. That was terrible.
checklist. We've confirmed that we've had Cygnus
I agree.
separation. Congratulations to the Cygnus team, and that sound you heard earlier was a mic drop.
A mic drop for a 20-year-old rocket that has terrible capabilities that you just retired and it made its last voyage.
The Range Control Center. This is the team that was overseeing the launch of Antares from Pad 0A over at the Mid-Atlantic Regional Spaceport. You can actually see in the back row there, International Space Station Program Manager Joel Montalbano, the pink shirt with the red tie, congratulating the teams and overseeing a successful launch of 8,200 pounds of cargo to the International Space Station.
Yep. Huge
Meanwhile,
budgets.
in Dulles, Virginia, the journey has just started for the flight control team over in the Mission Operations Center there. They'll be overseeing Cygnus' journey to the International Space Station over the next few days.
It went woke some time ago. Okay, so proper orbital insertion looked like a good flight. Congratulations to NASA for I'm not sure what, but it was pretty. So, what do we have for tonight? Shit, I don't know. Did anybody catch the topic? No, I'm kidding. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through some cameras. I've always been fascinated by the camera. I've always been fascinated how they work, what kind of things go into them, that kind of deal. So I have a cheap-ass digital camera that I'm going to tear apart. And then I have a film camera that we're also going to tear apart. And we're going to look inside both of them. See, I'm not sure who wanted to build a space elevator. Was that NASA? Oh, Artemis is a terrible, terrible, terrible vehicle. And they know it. Shh. Don't tell me, XComer. Spy cameras. So photographers snapped nearly 1.5 trillion pictures in 2019. The importance of cameras cannot be overstated. In the 21st century, there are cameras everywhere. And I understand there's a video, but we're going to talk about, so how does a camera work? Cameras have evolved from huge devices that required 15 people to operate them to being able to fit in our pockets. I don't know. I don't think I still have a flash bulb. But they started with these single-use flash bulbs and silver nitride and all that stuff, and it was really difficult to take photographs. For most people, their smartphone cameras are more than enough to get the job done, but for professionals and enthusiasts, nothing less than an SLR will do. Today, the most popular types of cameras are single SLR, single lens reflex. You've probably heard of that. Use a single lens for all operations performed while capturing photo composition, focusing, and recording. These images are recorded by SLRs are captured on film. Then you have DSLRs, which are not just DSLs. I'm sure some of you know about that. Digital single lens reflex. Well, I was going to do the first round when I'm in Texas. Using the same type of lens as SLRs, these cameras record a captured image using a digital sensor. The sensor is a CMOS sensor. CMOS. You probably heard of those too, at least in passing. These images themselves are not stored on a memory card, or are stored on a memory card instead of film. Digital cameras, these are point and shoot cameras that capture and record images using a digital sensor or a CMOS sensor. Yeah, they are. It's fun. I'm not patient enough. Although the image quality is not on par with DSLR, they are more portable and less complex to operate. So that's going to be like your phone camera, all that kind of stuff. I'm not going to get into like prime and zoom lenses. If you're into photography, you can delve deeper, or you probably already know. But you have prime and zoom lenses. You have different macro lenses. Close range photography, mostly used for nature. A telephoto lens is used to isolate and capture distant objects at the cost of a narrower field of view. They're most commonly used in sports to focus on a single athlete. Wide-angle lens, most commonly used in landscape and street photography. Wide-angle lenses have a large field of view and focus on everything in frame. And standard lenses is a jack of all trades. Hey, what's up, Amazing? I don't know if I said hi to you. All right, so how does the camera work? It is, and it's not an art I'm very good at, but I envy the people that do. How does a camera work? Every camera consists of three main elements: an optical element, a capturing element, and a recording element. The full image that users see is a combination of these three. In a standard DSLR camera, the lens, image sensor, and storage constitute the three elements, respectively. So this is your sensor. Here's your assortment of lenses. So you'll have a bunch of different lenses that work together to make one image. And there's your view. I forget what the hell they called it in this one. Image sensor and storage. So they don't even, this must be part of the lens package. And then you have the storage card. Before you understand how cameras work, blah, 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 aperture. For those who don't know, the lenses snap very, very quickly. So lenses have opening to let light in. The aperture is the size of that opening. So a wider allows more light to enter. A smaller lets in lower amounts of light. To measure aperture, f-stop terminology is used. f1.8 is a wide aperture that lets a lot of light in, whereas f22 will only let in a minuscule amount of light. And your aperture, your f-stop settings, your shutter speeds, stuff like that, when you're working with the DSLR camera, you will adjust them so that your scene looks appropriate or correct or captures the amount of detail. Yeah, f22 is pretty dark, but so you have shutter, which is, it's incredible. And I would show some if I wouldn't get copyrighted by the slow-mo guys, like I do every fucking time. So you have aperture, shutter, and then you have ISO. And I believe we'll get to ISO. No. So ISO is the sensitivity of the CMOS sensor or the image sensor or different sensitivities like that. It's a digital thing where you can add light, but when you're allowing more pixels to hit that sensor, you're allowing more noise, more things that are inaccurate to enter the picture as well. So, what the? That's not good. So shutter speed is usually located behind the lens. The shutter opens and closes the amount of light that the sensor receives. Changing the speed of the shutter affects the image in multiple ways. Basically, a longer shutter speed will result in a brighter image, but if anything moves while the shutter is open, the object will become blurry. And sometimes you do that intentionally. If you want motion blur or you want blur from a water source or something like that, you can kind of make it look fuzzy. And then zoom is how close you can get to the object from a distance. I don't know what the fuck zoom is. Focal length is distance in millimeters between the optical center of the lens and the sensor of the camera. So that's how much that the lens is interacting with your sensor. So this is how a modern camera captures an image. When the user gives a capture command, the light that bounces off from the scene in front of the camera is received by it. The light is then focused to a single point. The size depends on your aperture. The light travels through the lens until it reaches the shutter, which opens to reveal the sensor behind it. Most cameras use a charge-coupled device, CCD, or a complementary metal oxide semiconductor sensor, CMOS. And most of them are CMOS, but there's a lot of CCDs. I forget what specifically they're used for, but actually I wanted to... Jacob, you got me. I think the slow-mo guys actually did a camera. Whatever. Somebody send me a 62-cent super chat so I don't lose my ad revenue on this one. That's cool. Yeah, that would be neat. There you go. Oh, does he? I didn't know he did that. Yeah, smash the like. So this is slow-mo. Yes. This is the slow-mo guys. We've featured them on the channel before. I tend to enjoy them. He's going to explain it, so we're just going to get to the relevant part. So, yeah, let's just watch for a minute.
So the only way we're going to see what actually happens is by taking off the lens, zooming the phantom in, and filming this at a ridiculously high frame rate. We'll start with a 30th of a second. Now you're looking at the mirror, which is in front of the shutter. When I press down the button, the mirror flips up out of the way and temporarily blocks the viewfinder. Then the shutter comes down, whoosh. Now light is exposing on the sensor, and then the shutter closes again, followed by the mirror coming back down so you can see through the viewfinder again. As you can see from that clip, this camera has a mechanical shutter that moves out of the way and allows light to hit the sensor.
I think it's so cool to be able to see that.
Is the duration of your exposure has very different effects on the image. And you can control that with the shutter speed. For example, a relatively long exposure of, say, 2 seconds would give you a bright image, but anything that moved within those 2 seconds
Yes, it was.
a trail of motion blur behind it. So not ideal for filming a fast-moving subject. For a very fast-moving subject, you would want a much shorter shutter duration. The fastest this camera will do it is an 8,000th of a second, which looks like this. So now what we'll do is we'll use the phantom to film different shutter speeds of the camera and see how they all compare to each other in slow motion. Honestly, these are probably going to look identical in real time, but we'll definitely be able to see the difference in slow-mo. So we'll start with a 500th of a second.
That's so cool that it does all that quickly.
1,000th of a second. A 2,000th of a second.
Wow.
4,000th of a second.
Yes.
And
we see that
8,000th of a
starting to
second.
close up because that second shutter is coming quickly behind it.
Let's have a look at the 4 fastest ones side by side just to see the comparison.
$400 times slower than real life. And that's still fast.
This kind of stuff is fascinating to me. It makes me wonder how many people take for granted what's happening inside that camera when they take a picture. The fact that the shutter is made of 2 clusters of metal blades that at their shortest duration are moving right next to each other, allowing just the smallest slit of light to hit the sensor. This is also a great
small
visual
slit.
representation of why you need so much light for a high shutter speed shot, because the amount of time the light is hitting the sensor is so short, you end up with a much darker image. There are many types of shutter that a camera can have. This is a mechanical shutter, but there's also an electronic shutter which doesn't have any moving parts.
I don't recall him showing that one. Maybe he does. Nope, he shows inside a lens. He shoots somebody in the face, and that's it. So we're gonna try really hard to not get claimed or struck or whatever by them. So yeah, we just watched how it actually works. So that was pretty cool. Cameras in a smartphone. Really? Who? Gross. Gross. Okay, so this one gets a little bit more in detail with some of the stuff. We're not going to go through all of this because nobody wants to, but oh shit, where is that? So here's your way that we're basically just doing the pictures. So here's the way that your rear element is. Then you have one lens group. You have your aperture in the middle, another lens group, and a front element. So this is just how the light kind of comes in. It's directed to a point, and the point is collected by the sensor. That's how it works on a zoom lens. Here's what we were talking about, the aperture sizes. So this is where that aperture will clamp down, and there's your f/22, very small pinhole size. And then there's depth of field and all that kind of stuff that goes with it. Here's a couple of the different. Now they have mirrorless cameras, which interesting. And that brings us into this. So here's your light. It goes to a secondary mirror. Your autofocus also adjusts this mirror so that the mirror focuses. Gross. And then it goes around this pentaprism and to the sensors. So here's another image of the kind of the same thing. This is just a photo evidence of how it looks when you have these different shutter speeds. But I think it's cooler to see the real thing. And then we get into pixels and colors and depth and all that shit. Not doing that either. And I think so. That's basically how a camera works. It brings in light. It passes it onto a sensor, and then it saves an image based on its programming and based on how everything kind of works. So I am going to get into, if the camera works, taking some apart so we can look at them. There we go. Look at that. That's beautiful. So, what do I have? I am not wearing gloves, as we can all see. Yeah, I just said we're tearing the camera down. All right, so we have an old film camera, and then we have a cheap, shitty Polaroid digital camera. So, we'll start with the film camera because they're more interesting, and then go from there. I did not look up a single manual. I have no fucking clue how to open this thing or even start tearing it apart. I'm just going to do it my normal way. Look at that. Like I'm a damn genius. So here's your film, and that's the exposure part. So I believe the film goes, hell, I don't even know where the film goes in this one. But all of them are wildly different, which is kind of annoying. But as you can see, we have a mechanism in there. There's got to be a screw someplace. Here's the front. It gives you different f-stops and stuff like that. Okay, where's the screw? Fucker. We can't get the Dremel after 10 seconds. Perfect. All right, so we pulled the side off, the protective casing. We're gonna chuck that. So here we go. We're getting into her. I didn't say this was gonna be gentle. Yeah, I'm not even wearing damn. The old camera digital is the devil. So I have a couple of both. I just don't have anywhere to expose the film anymore. So I mostly use digital for anything that I've ever done. And they were definitely built better back then. Build back better. Although plastic, I can't get into this damn thing. Chat, you're supposed to give me suggestions. Yes, Bobby, there are pictures of my balls on here. Just go across there. See, I thought this front housing was metal, but it feels like it's... No, it is metal. Okay. Look at that. Fucking genius. We all see what that says, right? It's only 6 volts. Like it? Hang on. In the sake of safety, I'm going to go grab the multimeter. I'll be right back. Give me 1 second. I'm back. My camera also shows like my entire fucking desk area. I don't know if I like that. Needs to be closer. So, see what kind of voltage we got in this old bitch. We don't need this sticker, do we? I'm well aware that everybody just wants to see me get electrocuted too. But I'm smarter than the average bear. Okay, so we got. Doesn't really matter, but. Damn, there's still 6 volts in that. See how many amps we have. Okay, not many amps though. No promises. Dang, we were dangerously close to a peen shot there. We might have got one. I'll have to go back and look. Dog Mama, why are you not supervising me? Isn't that your job? The fuck is that? Is that a ground or just tape? Why the hell do they have a... Oh, it is a ground. These probably have enough on them. Power supply's gone. Yes. Yes, I do. You're here, but I can't hear you. You're not here. You're just here. Give me 1 second. Oh, that's cool, D's. I mean, if you want to be, can you stop being? Can you stop? Can you lick it already? No, I'm not gonna lick it. Do you not see what it says? Here, I'll make it easy for you. There's gonna have to be a super chat for me to lick 6 volts. Oh, I get where the voltage is coming from and why it's concerning. There's a 200 volt capacitor. Does anybody see that? Fuck, I had a light and I don't know where it went. I was so unprepared for this. Why is it doing that? That's weird. Ooh, I could make a taser, but I don't really like fucking with them. There's probably not much amperage in that though. Have I told you I don't like electricity? We don't get along if you guys haven't noticed that. See what kind of voltage we have in that bitch. It says none. But I don't Oh, no amps. Had it on the wrong side. Forgot I switched it. -1. Holy shit. You guys seeing that? $182 in that bitch. Here, I'll try and get it down in there. And then I cover it up like a dumbass. 181 volts. No, I'm good. So if I cut it off the board carefully and then drop it in salt water, it should discharge, right? That's what I'm saying. Amazing. Like that's some fucking power. Inspector Gadget. Well, it doesn't say -182, does it? No, the minus isn't there, boo. I can't hold the fucking lead still. Yeah, there we go. Will you stop popping in when I'm playing with high voltage? I almost just electrocuted myself.
I had issues on my end. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing.
Look at that. That is hot. $177.
That is so hot.
I'm gonna electrocute myself. Damn it. I don't know if that was the right side. It's like defusing a bomb. The only one that's gonna get harmed is me. Okay.
What?
Yeah, XCOMer. Always. You have evidence of what? I know it says minus right now because it just stays at minus until you're ready to. It's not going to show a negative value on the fucking thing. I gotta go get some salt water so I don't get electrocuted. So, can you entertain these lovely people for a minute?
Sure.
Don't get me in trouble.
I would never. The egg man of two channels, Shinny? I don't know about that. So yes, this is what the inside of a camera looks like if you didn't know. Now you know. Amazing. I'll reach over there and do it real quick. I'm not that entertaining, Bobby. I'm sorry, I have no controls. Yeah, facts. I did not say that, Sean. I'm not going to sing for you. That's not going to be good. You really left me at a crappy time. Good, he's back. Bobby.
I have returned. Deez, you may be the only other one that knows what I'm doing. I'm doing this right?
Oh, no.
I know. I know what I'm asking. What?
Yes, it is, Bobby. Always a crappy time.
I'm hoping Deez doesn't get me killed. Like, that would be ideal.
Well, we'd have it on video for it. And no fires, please.
It shouldn't catch on fire. I'm gonna wait for Deez to respond. But it's a pretty cool little Deez will meme it. I know. I'm asking as a friend if he will not steer me in the incorrect direction right now. God damn it, Deez.
Yeah, we would make it go viral. Digger. That'd be perfect.
Oh. Ah. This deal feels different than last time, so Cardinals unnecessary. Oh, wait, that one's for you.
Oh, I thought you forgot. This feels different than the last time. So Cardinal, so necessary. He caresses my behind with his... Come on. I'm not reading that. I'm not reading that.
I'll read it.
You read it.
I'm currently about to get electrocuted very badly.
We need to see your face.
No. This feels different than last time.
You no. You don't
So
do it. I'll do it. I'll do
necessary.
it.
He caresses my behind with his long-fingered hands, and I'm helpless, trussed up and pressed into the mattress at his mercy and of my own free will. Are you hard yet?
I'm learning to rip my headphones off.
I won't get shocked. No fires either, right, Beers? Or not Beers, D's. Yeah, fuck it. We'll see. There we go.
Oh, my heart skipped a beat.
With my reading, I know it was great. Yeah, it's fine. We're fine. I know, I just don't remember, so I wanted to ask. So there we go. That's that high voltage capacitor. So what else do we have in here? Because now we're back to this. So we have your flash. Aussie's in the air. Awesome. I can't wait to see him. Gonna give him a big old hug. Among other things. We'll put those batteries over there.
Wee you.
Wait, who's what?
That's it. He's going wee you.
Oh,
That's what Bobby said.
that's true. Every day does get weirder. So, what else do we got on this board? We got a lot of really cool circuitry, actually. I don't know what the hell these are, but I'm going to cut them. Because why not? It should discharge pretty instant, right? These.
You're gonna give me a coronary.
Why? What did I do this time?
You not knowing anything?
I know, I just haven't done it in a while. So here is. So this is your different windings, resistors. There's your microcontroller. Some MOSFETs. Yeah, so pretty standard circuitry. Nothing crazy there. Nothing. But for this camera, the microcontroller is a neat thing, given its age. So. And then in here, we have a hell of a lot of different mechanisms. I don't remember this camera's from, but it's older, and I think this is when we start seeing the cheap Chinesium come into the market. Because, I mean, like, that is a cheap Chinese part. Like, nothing is. These aren't really quality built anymore.
Deez, you got a message.
These is, huh? Oh. Can you message him? Yeah, I'm not gonna message him.
No, he said me.
He's probably trying to hit on you, just so you know.
He said you're fine.
Oh, okay. See, so I was right. I just wanted something, I wanted some confirmation. Plus, it gave me time to get gloves. I had black hands earlier. Standing the deck. And I almost took a picture and posted it on my community, but I'm like, no, I'll regret that one later.
Yep. Yes, YouTube being gay. YouTube being gay. I think you forgot a space in there somewhere, Dazzer Bud.
I went full white bread. When did I go full white bread?
You gotta move your hands closer.
I'm sorry.
There you go. You're out of the shot. I'm trying to help you out.
It's reversed, that's why. See? And that's when engineers started this shit. There's one little star bit in there.
As long as you're grounded, you safe. Might scare you a bit, but overall, you will be fine, says Dees.
Okay, that's what I figured. It's not gonna be. I don't choose to do it though. That would be. I mean, that would be good TV, but it wouldn't feel great.
I mean, it'd be great TV.
Electricity sucks.
Yeah, I've been shocked a time or two by an electric fence.
Oh yeah, those are terrible.
Yeah, they suck. And I was also replacing a fan in my bedroom one time on a metal step stool ladder type thing. Almost bad. I had rubber soles on the bottom of my shoes, so I was fine. But I felt it.
Our basement flooded one time, and my dad was a dick, and he told me to go turn off the light, and I didn't realize that the light was all fucky or whatever, and I was standing in water turning off the light, and it did not feel good.
I bet not.
All right, so here's the next step of it. So there was a bunch of little metal pieces. God only knows what they did. It's probably like a watch. But so now we're getting to the shutter. So this is how the shutter works. And I just actually chucked the shutter piece, but how the shutter works on this camera. So it's on has this cool little thing, and it spins, and that's how it advances, closes the shutter, does all that cool stuff.
Cool little thing, is that a technical term?
Yes, it's like puffy stuff.
Okay.
See that? So it's very much like a clock. Like they were built very much like clocks, very intricate. As you can see, there's a lot of small parts, a lot of mechanical features to it. That we won't see.
I'm gonna pass.
Pass on what?
He's saying I'd be perfect candidate for certain experiments involving electricity. No thanks.
I mean, sometimes you gotta give the people what they want.
Not this time.
All right. Shit. See, I don't care how it comes up. Oh, that got me last time. I'm smarter than a 5th grader this time. Maybe. Look at that. There we go. Oh, that's cool.
That is cool.
It's a really intricate. I don't know if you can tell from the camera, but there's a bunch of little gear teeth on the outside of that. So
Yeah, you can see it there.
So it's like an offset kind of lobed gear teeth. That's kind of cool. And then the same thing, like I said, with the clock, you have just these teeny little gears. Then you have obviously the larger nylon gears, a lot of different springs and things. This one that I just broke. Is that a metal gear? It is a metal gear. Very much low, so it looks like a watch gear. If you've ever seen one, like thin, very hard. I understand saying that to these people is bad, but I meant it in the best possible way.
I was gonna make a comment, but I decided not to.
Very long and very hard. It's a Trump speech. Soundbite. Yeah, you have a lot of little shit like this.
Little doohickeys and doodads.
Yeah. I'm never going to get that one off. It's a nice one, though. Yeah, you just have a ton of this little shit in there. So here's your actual lens. I don't know if we can get this open, but
That's pretty cool.
yeah. I don't know if we can actually see through it. Probably not.
Kinda. Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, but so that's your setup of lenses. That's pretty neat. It won't spin off though. And again, here's your flash. So your flash is just a bulb that gets electrically charged and gives off a flash. So pretty simple.
Nice.
Yeah. That's cute. And then teeny little electric drive motor. And then this gear's the only other fucking thing I want off this. But I'm never going to get it. Oh! Ha! It almost stumped me again, but I got it. Meet 2 camera 0. Maybe. Meet 2 camera 0. And a couple there, a couple there. I was wondering what this was. Oh, it's just a little pin. So that's what's in an old film camera. And you have the film, blah, blah, blah. A ton of little pieces.
Doohickeys and doodads.
Yeah. You have some plastic gears, some nylon gears, and some metal gears. Solid. Version 3. This Lobe thing is cool as shit. I hold on to that. Don't know why, but because I do. And we have a extremely high voltage capacitor that I'm wondering if it's done being high voltage yet. I wonder if I could just give it the goldfish treatment and just flush it down the toilet. So that is an old shit. That is an old camera.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh, we also got some lithium batteries that I totally won't open later.
No.
So this is a newer digital camera. So we're going to see much more simplistic much more concise. So you see we just have regular AA batteries for this one. We have a memory card slot. Yes, I took all the pictures off of it first. Ain't nobody want to see that except for D's.
You keep going out of frame.
I know.
Hey,
'cause
Gigi.
Hey, Gigi. How you doing? We're kind of just doing a variety show tonight. I'm trying not to get electrocuted. That's the goal. I guess I could turn the whole thing. Then you could see me and the...
Yeah.
Haha. Mighty 1, retainer clip 0. You know, I lost a retainer clip last time, so I'm happy to get the win today. I want to thank my family and my coach.
And dog mama.
Hell no. Jesus.
I see.
A goldfish. And a random chicken I passed on the road this morning. That's what drives me to success.
You really passed a random chicken on the side of the road?
Hell no.
Oh, I thought that was going to make a good story.
I did have to go back to Tractor Supply today to get a lag bolt all the way through, and thought about chickens. Seriously thought about them. Again. Okay, so like I said, where's my snips? Get rid of this shit. Like I said, much more electronic. So we have basically just boards. So you get rid of all that intricacy, all that delicate work, and you just have boards. It makes a lot of...
boring.
I know. That's why I was showing the difference between the two. There's one interesting thing, and I already see a high voltage capacitor. So all right, so what the hell have we got here? Okay, so this is obviously, there's your high voltage capacitor. I'm trying not to fuck up the sensor. That's the idea. So this is just your battery door. So this is the inside of where we were looking to begin with. It provides power to the rest of the camera. You also have the same idea with the light. You just overcharge it and the flash will go. I already snipped you. So now that we're a little bit closer, so same idea. You just have a bulb. You excite the bulb and get a burst of electricity. And that's what your capacitor's for.
Always
And-
excite the bulb.
Always excite the bulb. And this is just a memory card slot. So an SD card, you just put it in there and you're good to go. Pretty standard, pretty average shit. You see that? That big black capacitor. Oh, shit. I don't know what the shit that is. I don't know. Take it apart and... I've already told you, Deez, I don't fucking do electronics. At least well. I'm pretty poor at it. I can't take it apart because it's all... Okay, so they're different pins. Different pins read different signals and access different signals, strains of binary signals. So it's kind of like, yeah. So that's why you have so many pins. The pins retrieve the memory stacked and matrixed. There. These. Let's see how much this one has. It theoretically should have. Thank you, Bobby. Thank you. This isn't a goddamn show on memory cards. This is on cameras. Plus, I don't do electronics very much. I like tearing them apart. I tried to learn a couple times. I don't know if that's just jacketed or if there's really nothing running through that. It's much more protected than the last one. The last one was just kind of out there. $330 volts on this one. Yep. If one of the pins are fucked up, you gotta start it. No, it looks like there's nothing there. Yeah, there's nothing in this one. Good. I have some super capacitors. Those terrify the shit out of me. So I believe this is shutter, but see, we kind of have a pin in the middle of it. I know, again.
Interesting.
Yeah. So this is your shutter. So you can almost see, you can see kind of the break in it. There we go. See that? There we go. I just punched it out. But so that's your shutter kit. This one slides out. And I broke it. And it looks like it's almost magnetic, which some of them are for those quick speeds. So you have the two magnet sensors and induce a coil and it shoots across and closes.
Well, that's cool.
So then we get deeper into the belly of the beast. Yeah, motherboard fixing would be a pain in the ass. But thanks to this disposable society we live in, you just chuck it and get a new one.
Yep.
Because you can't get a processor to go on an old motherboard anymore anyways. So... Well, you can get the same processor that you have on there now. Well, why the fuck would I do that? If I'm replacing my processor, then that means that this one isn't good enough for me. There you go, D's. I'm fucking up all those pins. So here's a bunch of different pins for different things. And this looks like the housing. Oh, it's screwed on the back. All right. Hang on 1 second. Companies still want them repaired. It's like $200 to $500 per board. If it's easy. Holy shit. No, thank you. You can get a better one for pretty close.
I was asked to read the super chat again.
Oh yeah, do it.
This feels different than last time. So cardinal, so necessary. He caresses my behind with his long fingered hands, and I'm helpless, trussed up and pressed into the mattress at his mercy, and of my own free will.
I think you just consented to something. You better think about that for a minute.
I know.
Okay, so it's pretty standard circuitry. You have some push buttons here. If you've never seen a push button, you'll have to wait till next time because I'm not tearing that apart. No, they're just the button makes contact and they act as a selector for the board. Again, pretty self-explanatory. You have some resistors, some capacitors. You have some externals to hook up. You have some pretty basic. Well, you don't even have a microcontroller on here. There's the last one did. Some coils, but nothing insane. This is where the fun stuff is. So that's what's inside a modern digital camera. Let me clean my area for just 1 second. All right, so this is your lens on the digital. As you can see, there's some different chromas to that, different films. Get you some alligator leads. Yeah, I have some. I think you misread that. Why are you not home yet? Isn't it like late? Shit, I'm almost done streaming. Here is that CMOS sensor that I was talking about, or this might be the other sensor. So it's collecting the image data. So it comes through this lens and focuses it through the various ways.
Hey, Light Rain.
Hey, Light Rain, what's up? Yep, breaking stuff with Mighty. And then it collects the information and makes it digital, hence the digital camera, from this little sensor. And those sensors are pretty neat. So you see that almost like reflective mirror kind of holographic square in the middle. That's your sensor. So that's what's collecting it and turning it into binary for the pixels and then bit depth and picture and so on and so forth. So that is what is in a modern digital camera.
Not a lot of doohickeys and doodads.
No, much cheaper. Your
Simpler?
boards are simpler yet more complex. So simpler mechanically, but more complex when you're talking about the circuitry and stuff. One more thing, and I forgot to grab it. So give me a second and a half.
It's been longer than a second and a half.
Fuck me, I lied. I got rid of them. I had some of the old Polaroid silver nitride ones. Like some of the actual film. Let me see if I have any in this damn thing.
Shouldn't you talk about my dogs? If you can hear them, I'm sorry.
No, I can't hear them.
Oh, okay. Well, they were barking earlier. I tried to mute my headset.
Oh, you're good. I know that there's actual film in this one. I guess I can show you guys what I'm looking at. So this is an old school Polaroid camera, and
Hey, Daisy.
Hey, what's up, Daisy? So this is like an old school Polaroid, and again, you see just the difference in quality. I don't want to yank this one apart just yet.
It's a beast.
It is a beast. Like, I'm gonna yank it apart eventually. It's just not gonna happen. I fucking don't remember how to. I know damn well there's film in this one. Maybe there's not anymore. Maybe I took it all out. Because that should be. Is that my cartridge? Oh, that's your shutter. There should be film in this one. How do I... God, I have to remember what buttons to push.
Uh-oh.
What?
You always got to know what buttons to push.
Well, sometimes you forget. Sometimes you need help from a friend, you know?
I keep wanting to try to reach out and help you, but I can't. With the camera.
Mm-hmm. As long as I don't die from electrocution, I think we're on the right track. I don't know. So we're going to tear this one apart at some point. This is an old fucking beast. This thing's like 5 pounds. I'm not going to do
Holy
it today.
that is huge. Oh.
Look at it next to my big giant hand.
That's not portable at all.
No, this was a land camera. See, had the big ass batteries. Like, this thing is intense. Like, that is metal. It's not just cheap shit plastic. So, we'll do that one and kind of take a look at this one as well. I want to know how it comes apart, so I don't just rip this one apart, though. Yeah, and we're already at like 90 minutes, so by the time I figured it out, press. What am I pressing? I never noticed that. Look at that. The fucking egg timer on the
Oh,
camera.
sweet.
So you know your like exposure times and shit.
Oh, that's cool.
I guess I didn't have to go all the way to like fucking 4 minutes or anything. That's cool though. Polaroid timer. But yeah, they don't make shit like they used to. That's for sure.
That is absolutely the truth.
But yeah, so that one's for a later date. I have some other ones and some other stuff that may be a part 2. Shit, I lost my lead covers. See, this is why. Oh, I found it. Snippers. Lead covers. So that is inside of a camera. I think it's interesting to tear things apart, and it's interesting to really see what is going on in the world around us and what's changed and what things are made out of.
Absolutely.
There used to be this thought that, oh shit, I can fix it, and you're kind of farm-ish, I think.
Yes.
I don't mean to, yeah. So you guys, if something breaks, you fix it. And
Absolutely. You should see the stuff, all the equipment my dad has. It is old, but it works.
yeah, and it works in its own special fucking way, and yeah, and some of it may not be the same way, but it still is as functional as it was to begin with. So, I think that's something we lost, and I think it's something that if I can have fun ripping shit apart, and you guys, maybe learn something, then cool. Or want to make fun of me or watch me get electrocuted, also cool. If nothing else, it shows you what's in the products and the things that are around you. I've always had an interest in it. That's probably why I'm an engineer. I like tearing shit apart. I like putting shit back together. I like tearing it apart more, but
Of course you do.
what did we learn from that? I don't know, Bobby. Did you listen to anything? I just told you for an hour and a half. Like, I went through a legitimate educational document. We learned. See you meet Dad. Oh, you're leaving, Jonathan? All right, buddy. Have a good one.
Later, Jonathan.
We learned that this is a CMOS sensor. It's a digital sensor. That's what makes it a digital camera. We learned that older ones had much more thingies and doohickeys. Yeah, see?
Yeah.
Oh, you're not leaving. Okay. You confused the shit out of me, Jonathan. So we see more intricate design. Am I putting them in no, fuck those, X-Comer. I chucked those. They gone. They in the bin, as you guys would say. Yeah, I'm not going to put it back together. So we learned there was much more of an intricacy and design. There was much more craftsmanship and little things like these very intricate metal gears that we just don't. And do we need to make them anymore? Probably not. But are they? They're just interesting. How everything was so differently built, and Yeah, in the digital age, we have much more effective ways of doing things than putting together this intricate watch-like system. But it's still fun to look at. It's
Yeah.
still fun to pull it apart. So that's what you can take from that. Like this. Like that's a beautiful piece for a cheap camera. Like an old camera. Like I don't know.
Make a necklace out of it.
Hell yeah. So put it back together. I can't put it back together. I snip shit in half. How am I supposed to put it back? After meeting takes something apart, it cannot be put back together in working order. That is a fair assumption. That is a fair assumption. I try sometimes.
Nah,
No.
check those things. I said Chuck.
If I wanted to put it back together, I would take it apart differently. But I don't want to. And I really don't want Mystic to kill me because she was just very nice and let me go hang out with Ozzy. So, by the way, hope the little quad's having a great flight. Excited to see him. I hope he gets in safe. But with that being said, that is going to be it for me tonight. We got a rocket launch. We tore apart some cameras, learned how camera worked, and got here. What's up, Rumble Ghetto Savages? Jacob Castro. So over on the Rumbles. Won't or can't? Both.
I think that's want.
Want
That's what
or
he says.
can't?
Want or can't.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell that means.
I don't know either.
I'm okay with it. Thank you so much, XComer, for the super chat. It's awesome, buddy. And where are we going to be? Tomorrow I won't have a stream. I lied. I probably will.
You always do.
I know. So I'll have a stream tomorrow. I'll probably cover the Trump shit tomorrow. Because I need some time to simmer down because that's some bullshit. And then Thursday, I'll probably do a short news stream, and then I am out of here. Leaving on a jet plane. Hope I can take my pants off again. Yes. Yeah, the gloves are off. Look, I've been working outside, so my hands are not as beautiful. Look at that. I know.
No.
I believe that there's another one tomorrow. I hope, and I think it's still the plan. Ozzy and I are going to go down to Starbase, Texas. There might be some Starship testing that lines up. So
Sweet.
y'all had to see. But thank you so much for joining me, hanging out with me tonight. Thank you for voting in the poll. You guys picked this. I didn't. So
I picked it. Let's be honest.
I
Hey,
know
Eliza.
you influenced the jury on this one.
I did. At
But
least
it's all right.
you didn't go jury nullification on me.
I could have, but
I know.
I decided to go with the will of the people.
Yes.
But oh, I know. We'll talk about it tomorrow. Yeah, and it should be an issue for sure. But we'll talk about all that kind of shit tomorrow. We'll talk about the Trump thing. But for now, y'all have a wonderful evening, and I will catch you soon. Take care.